Evening everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for meeting up with me for yet another day's colouring. Tonight's a little different. I have posted a poll in the community tab to ask people's opinion on whether we should carry on with our daily advent calendars or whether we should do some colouring every other day in all the books, the Christmas colouring pages that we've got that are being missed. And I know myself that I'm finding it not difficult to do the colouring with you, but difficult to get anything else done colouring wise because of the two calendars that I'm doing. So I don't just come on screen and colour it in any old how. I plan it first, so it's taking quite a long time. I am happy either way. The only reason I've put the poll up is because there are so many now on YouTube with people doing Joanna's inky calendar, that I wonder if you're just getting a bit bogged down with the same thing day in, day out. So what I'm going to do tonight is I've been colouring a page in this gorgeous book that I know you all love too, which is The Night Before Christmas, and yeah, by John O'Brien. And I'm going to carry on colouring this picture. I'll show you the colours that I've already used and just carry on doing it. Now, if you could go over and vote on that poll for me, that would be tremendous, because then I can be fair and I know what everybody wants to see. So if by tomorrow the poll is higher for the advent calendars, I will do a double colour along. If it's for the colouring books, then we'll do an every other day colouring pictures from Christmas colouring pages. I hope that makes sense and that you understand. It was just I'm watching, viewing figures are dropping. Not that that worries me, because I know there's so many loyal followers out there for me, but I'm just concerned that people are going to get bored. So let me just open my window. I'm on fire. Give me a second. There we go. So the page I've been colouring is the picture of the house, and this is where I've got to. So you haven't missed out on a lot really, and I think I'll just carry on with that. I hope that's okay. Please go and vote, and then I'll feel comfortable with what's happening, because we can miss one day of the advent calendar without it being disastrous. Okay, so if I bring the camera in, you can see what I've been playing with. So I've been using Pablos, just in love with my Pablos, and I've got for the building, so these little dark bits I used a very dark brown, and the rest of the house is a mixture of these colours. So I have hazel, I have brownish orange, I have beige, and then I've got the vermilion. So that was for the house. For the windows, I've used, for the light in the windows, I've used a bit of apricot and a little bit of lemon. And the snow, I've got two blues, which is light blue and blue jeans. We have been using these in our advent calendar. I've obviously got white for blending, and these two greys which I throw in occasionally, which is ash grey and mouse grey. So we have been using them in our calendar. So what I did, I'll come back out again. Oh, I'll have to put it on mute. I don't know why I keep forgetting to do that. It's so annoying for you in the background. What I did was photocopied the page at the back of the book of this picture, and that's where I've got the colours from, and then I've just put my own twist on things. So my snow is obviously not as bright as theirs, but I haven't finished, so it might be that I brighten that up a little bit. So okay, so let's do I could do this wrong way. I could do the steps with you. I was going to do those in the darker browns. So let's take umber, and I'm going to fill in where the shadows are down here. Yeah, so I have enjoyed tremendously doing daily videos, and it's just that when I looked on YouTube, there is so many people doing the advent calendars, and I was quite disappointed because it becomes boring, doesn't it? I know after I've coloured one, I don't then want to sit and watch somebody else colour it, and I love watching my colouring videos. Not my own, you know, other people's, that's what I mean to say. Okay, then I'm going to take the... oh, I'm sorry, I missed the most fundamental colour out on the house, which is ochre. Light ochre. Gosh, I used that loads. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, I don't watch my own videos, other people's videos, but there's so many out there now of people doing them, and I didn't want to be bogged down with you guys being bored or, you know, losing interest. We've got another, what's the date today? The 6th. We've got another like 19 days to go, and if you're not, oh, that's a dark one. Where am I going? I'm going in with my hazel, and if you're, you know, when we're not necessarily enjoying it, I would much rather do something like colouring in this gorgeous book with you, because there is so many lovely Christmas pages out there that I'm neglecting because I can't do it all. This is now beige, so I'm just going lightly over that, and then I'll bring the ochre in over the top. I mean, this book, for example, we're only going to get a month of, so this is light ochre, we're only going to get a month of colouring Christmas pages. I know there's Christmas in July, but it seems such a shame that all these beautiful pages aren't being coloured. Anyway, you'll let me know your opinion. You let me know what you think. Okay, so let's do a little bit of snow. So I thought if I just oh, there's a little window in there. Right, okay, so let's do this. Umber, because it's quite dark. I'm going to do the lines down there in umber. I'm going to take a little bit of apricot and just put that in just to indicate that there might be some life behind that window. And then, whoa, I just chucked it in my bin. Van Dyke Brown. Just going to do the corners, and then I'm going to come in with my ochre, and that just lifts the whole thing. There we are. Yeah, so I've been really enjoying doing this page, and I'm only got to colour some of this because it's the weekend, having been back at work. So I've got this little stack of colouring pages out of colouring books that I really want to do, and there is just no way that I'm going to get round to them all. I do apologise. That was light blue. This is blue jeans, and yeah, so I just thought, you know what, I'll just ask you guys to tell me what you think. And then I'm going to take my white and blend that over. This Caran d'Ache white is absolutely brilliant. There. I'll go over it and just mess with it a little bit, because you just have to, don't you? So I thought if I could come on and do like, if I could come on and colour a whole image with you, I will. But obviously something like this would take quite a while. If you want to see the whole picture, let me know, and we'll take it from there. I'll just do what you guys want me to do. Just having a coffee break. Well, I don't want to feel uncomfortable on here with what I'm colouring either. I don't want, just move my page. Yeah, I don't want it to become a chore. and it to become a chore for you guys either, because I know you want to show your support. What is that? Oh, some notification about Xbox. My husband's playing the Xbox. Yeah, so I just wondered what it was popped up on my screen. So what the heck is going on? Somebody bear is talking to him or something. I don't know. And because our accounts are all linked, it comes up on my computer as well, because they're all Microsoft. So yeah, so and I know, so I'm saying before I waffled on that I know that you guys are loyal and you want to show me that you've watched, and I really appreciate that. I love that. That's what makes it all worthwhile for me. And but I don't want it to be boring for you either. So a little snowman. Just going to blend over that in white, and I'm going to keep my thumb out of the way as I promised. There we go. I mean, I've got Lizzie Mary Cullen's A Magical Christmas. There's a flipping dog again. I've got Rita Berman's Winter Book's got Christmas pictures in it. I've got Hannah Carlson's Winter Dreams postcards. I've got Charles Santor. I've got Ruth Sanderson. There's so many pictures that we could be doing together that it just suddenly dawned on me this morning. I thought, I wonder if, you know, people would prefer something different. So this is mouse grey, and I'm just going to tone that down a little bit up here, and then I'm going to go back to our brighter blue, which is light blue. But tell me, you know, what if we're not doing the calendar, tell me what you'd like to see, and I'll do it. You know, it's Christmas time and I want to colour as many of these gorgeous pages as possible. Right, I want a black. Let me just find my black. Here it is. Just black. And I'm going to colour his little coal buttons in. And his little coal eyes. Alright, and he's going to have a carroty nose, so I need an orange, which is over here. So I'm going to get, oh look, it's got quite a long carroty nose. There we are, and I'm going to mix that in with a little bit of the lemon yellow. There. Right, his hat. What colour shall we do his hat? In the picture it is black, but I'm not sure I want a black hat. I don't know. Let's do the other snowman while I have a think. And this is what, you know, I like. It's more comfortable chatting with you, talking about the colours that I'm using. And do you know what? I love following pictures in books that have already got the image coloured for you by the artist. I love doing that. It's like a bit of a challenge. How close can you get it but have your own twist on things, you know? And I'm sure you're all the same, you know. If you're like me, because I get tired all the time because of the fibromyalgia, I spend a lot of time watching YouTube when I'm at home, and it becomes a bit same old, doesn't it, if everybody's doing the same thing. Right, he needs a little chalk, black coal eye chalk. Where did that come from? Little coal buttons. Oh, that's my... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That is my smoke alarm. No, my house is not on fire. It will go off in a second. There. No, my house is not on fire. I tell you, it is new. The new electrical ones. I'm going to do the hat in dark browns, I think. It's the new electrical ones, and whenever there's any steam or anything, it's so sensitive it goes off. Well, my lovely husband is currently cooking me a roast dinner, and the steam from the vegetables has obviously set the flipping thing going. I do apologise, folks. But this is our house. It's just the two of us that live here now. We don't have our lovely Lilbo, our dog, anymore. That's what I used to call her, Lilbo. And just the two of us. But you wouldn't believe the chaos that we live in, honestly. It's like a soap opera, our house. I wouldn't have it any other way, though. It's, you know. There. I like that. Right, I'm going to put a little bit of... I'm going to put a little bit of this, this is mauve, and I'm just going to put, just for a little twist of colour, I'm just going to put that in. Not that it will show up much, but it will just give us that hint. Look at that scribbled on the page. Hang on. That's the other thing with Pablos and this paper. It just rubs out. It's great. That happens occasionally. My hands just like, because they're shaky, they just kind of just jerk. And they seem to know when I'm concentrating and when something needs to be done with care. And they just seem to have a mind of their own where they shoot off across the page or something. Yeah, okay, that's our little snowman. What else is there? We've got, all this is snow down here. I might put a little bit of ochre in their hats too. Just because. Just because the Pablos blend so beautifully. Should we do the snow? Making sure we're... Are you in close enough, do you think? Shall I move you in? That's out. Should we do this little bit of snow here? Now in the book it's got it quite bright, so I go in with the blue jeans, which is the darker of the blues I'm using, and just lay down that top edge, or in the dark places where the snow probably would have gathered or be at its deepest. And of course I'm following the picture too. And it is at the back of the book, I'm not cheating, and I love doing that. It's just brilliant to... That's why I like Charles Santor's books. You know, you can copy the coloured image. So just going round here. I did colour the edge of the tree light, but I see in the picture actually it's supposed to have snow on it, and it probably would, so I might have to correct that at some point. So now I'm going in with my brighter blue. I'm going to bring that colour out. And then where there's a lot of blue I'm going to add in, there's a very light blue in the Pablo set, as you've got in Prismas, so this would work great if you've got Prismas. There, I don't want to overdo it so it just the whole thing looks blue, but I do want, so sorry, this is bluish pale. I don't know if you can see that. Bluish pale. And then I'm just going to bring that in a little bit more so I can fade it into the white. A bit more up there. And here, just go over and blend with the white. Does a fantastic job, this white, it really does. Those are little decorations that go on the tree. Right, I might need down here. around there. Okay, so let me just check. I'm going to come out a second so you can see it all. Let me just check where this picture is. Not the back cover, there's another one we could copy. It's there, look. So I just photocopied that in my printer so that I didn't have to keep flipping backwards and forwards. So, I've got a little bit of snow on the roof there to do. Some around the base of the tree. Still need to blend that out properly. Let's come back in. Okay. I need to blend that back out. That's not very well blended. I need to relax. I've felt really anxious over the last few days, and I think that's a return to work that's done that, you know, because I'm tired and you don't think straight. And so I'm turning to all you lovely people to help me with that. Relax and calm. You know, life gets to you like that sometimes, doesn't it? You know, I think as well, I've been on lots and lots of antibiotics. I've been on some quite hefty painkillers for my leg. And when you come off those, they can make you feel a little bit fed up, can't they? I know they do, certainly for me. And I do try to avoid any kind of sort of opiate-based painkiller because it takes me ages to get over it. So usually they'll say, well, we'll give you some codeine, and I'll turn it down and say, actually, you know, I'd rather have tramadol is what I usually ask for, because it doesn't have the side effects that I find for myself, the side effects that codeine does. But that's just my body. Somebody else would be completely different. But yeah, so after spending quite a lot of time on painkillers and sleeping and resting at home, going back to work, that was the bright blue. I'm just going to deepen up that with the dark. Going back to work is a killer. And you know, I'm still recovering. My leg is better, but it's still quite swollen, and it'll take time for the body to heal that. So yeah, I'm feeling a little anxious, and I don't know if you picked up on that in my the advent calendar, the anxiety that I was feeling over making sure I'd done it right. I didn't think it was good enough, and the worst thing for me then is to see somebody else colouring it that I think, oh, why didn't I think of that? You know, because I'm always very critical of everything I do, you know that, and it's getting a lot better because I have you guys, and that have boosted me tremendously, and I've had a marked improvement in my self-confidence. I really have. But it was playing on my mind a little bit, I have to say, not letting anyone down, and I don't. And also all the colouring books that I've brought, I thought, when am I going to colour these? When's anybody ever going to see these coloured in? Or when are we ever going to do these together? So, yeah. I thought we'd change it up a little bit. Anyway, I went to the back cover for you to see the colours that have been used in the picture, so that you could carry on if I'm not around. You know what colours I've used. I've shown you the colours I've used. I know a lot of people say they don't usually watch for colouring technique. It's more what colours that are being used. I quite like that. Yeah, I'm going to go a bit of white over here. And okay, right. Now on their picture, let's come back out again. On their picture, their moon is white, but on my picture, I'm thinking that I want that to have some colour, not bright in your face, but definitely to have some colour. So I want some pale yellows. I've got a couple over here where I've been doing another project. I'll have to remember to keep them separate. So what's that one? That's in your face. What's this one? Okay. So if I use these, we could mix more colours in, but... And then we can go off and do the sky. The tree I did in the dark browns, I'm going to erase that and put snow up there, I think. Let's see if I can do it now. Yeah, look at that. I don't know whether it's the Pablos or the paper or a combination of both, but I don't think I've ever seen... I'll neaten that up in a bit. I don't think I've ever seen anything rub out as good as this paper does. And it's not thick, it won't take water medium, but gosh, it is lovely. Okay, so I've picked, we'll come back in again, sorry I don't mean to be making you dizzy. We'll come back in again. I'll move you down. I've picked Naples yellow. I don't know if the camera will pick it up like that on these, they're too shiny. Naples yellow and cream to start with. So I'm going to put in this Naples yellow. It's a nice soft colour. Put that all around the edge and let that fade out. Then I'm going to come in with the cream. Now it's quite a cloudy night, so I don't know, in this picture it's quite cloudy, so I don't know how much reflection from the moon you would get. I'm just going back in with that Naples yellow. You know how much light it would be casting out. So we're going to add in a few more greys for the sky. So that's our cream. Okay. Now, that clearly is not finished, there's not enough colour on that, but what I want to do is put some sky in and see, what colour is that? See what we're left with. I don't want to go in with a really bright tone and then not be able to correct it. Okay, so I'm just looking at the greys I've got on my desk here, and they have some beautiful greys in this set. Let's try that one. So I've got 4, we can just try them. So I've got the ash grey. Let's come up, just turn us round. Ones I've already mentioned, but a couple of others. Okay, so I've got ash grey, mouse grey, what's that one? Light beige and grey. And obviously then we'll mix that in with our blues, because this is the picture and they have only done a little bit of the sky. So I'm going to start with, let's start with a lighter tone first. I'm going to start with light beige, and this part, it's like the clouds have been moved round by the wind. So let's start, I don't know where to start here, and I'm going to follow those sketchy lines, and this is just light beige, so this will be easier to cover over and blend into other colours. A little bit of sky in there. and avoid our little tree. So this will just give us a good base. I'm not going to go too far. And then I'm going to experiment with mixing these blues and greys in. So I'm going to sharpen this. So this one I'm sharpening is, let's see, mouse grey. Mouse grey. And I'm going to start to feed a little bit of that in the base of these clouds, just lightly. There we go. Because it is night time, obviously, the moon's out. There's a lot of these wispy clouds. And I want to give it that sort of atmospheric effect. I don't want to lose that. Because when you look at it, it looks like a cold Christmas night. Well, it is. It's the night before Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. And so there's a snowstorm blowing up by the look of it. So I'm just where the curls on the drawing is, I'm just adding some of that mouse grey. And then we'll blend it in some blues. Do you see what I mean? Just at the base of where you've got like these scallops that have been drawn, or scallops. Scallops are a seafood, aren't they? So just experimenting really. And the nice thing about this is, providing you've done it lightly enough, you can erase it. But I quite like that already. I know it doesn't look a lot, but it's where I'm just kind of mapping out the colours. So let's just stick to this little bit for a minute. Okay, so that was our mouse grey. Let's go in with our bluish pale. There you go. So you could either use, you know, the three, like, there's three, isn't there, in the Prismas: powder blue, sky blue and cloud blue, I think. You could use any of those if you were using the Prismas. So I'm just going to go over that with this light blue, over the grey that we've just put down, and bring that out into the rest of the cloud. Where else did we do here? Are you still in shot? Yeah. I'll try to do it, straighten it up and do it like this. So they're a great blend together, those two. And then we can mix in like the palest of greys and just see what else we need to put in there. Is that a hair on the page? I've just showered and put clean jammies on, and I don't know about you, but when I wash my hair and brush it through, the hair that comes out is incredible. Right, I'm going back to that. What did we use? I think we used the mouse grey, didn't we? There is a hair. There it is. There. Get rid of that. Okay, and I'm just going to just allow that to deepen up. Okay, back in with the powder blue. In this one it is bluish pale. I'm just going to that like that. So it looks like they've already had a major snowstorm and another one's on the way, or blowing over, one of the two. So they're going to wake up to a lovely white Christmas, aren't they? I can't remember the last time. I would have been... all my children. we brought them roller blades for Christmas one year, and it snowed. Poor kids, they were so... we still took them out. We cleared like the path, and they were only, I don't know, about 10 and 11. We cleared the pathway and took them up and down the pathway while they were holding on to us. Yeah. Such nice memories. Christmases aren't. Well, I hope they are for you too. And not for everyone, I know that. And it can also be quite a sad, lonely time, can't it, with the loss of loved ones and, you know. There, what do you think? Let me come out and let's have a look, see what you're seeing. I quite like that, actually. Yeah, I quite like that. What do you think? I'm just cramming coffee down my throat before it goes cold. Shall we add some of these decorations? Let's do Christmas star. I need to remember to put those back with the project that I was doing. Let's do some of these little baubles. We'll come, oh, again, wrong way. So the sky I'll come back to, because I think I might need to brighten that up a little bit. I'm not sure. So I'm going to put, this is Scarlet. So this is a great red colour. So I'm going to do all round there. And then we've been left with a little bit of reflection. So I'm taking Fast Orange, and I'm going to go over that. That seems to work well. Let's find all of those little baubles like that. And I'll fill those in. There we go. I like it. And then we'll do the stars a different colour. And then I'm chopping and changing a lot, but we could add a touch of yellow just round there. This is lemon yellow, just to brighten that a little bit up. That's better. And I've gone over there. There we go. Any other baubles? Yeah. There's one down, a couple down here. There's one there, hanging on for dear life. Can you see? The orange in, and then we'll go just to lighten that area up around the reflection with yellow. Okay, let's do the stars. So I'm going to take this lemon yellow, which is very bright, and I'm going to go over the whole thing in lemon yellow. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the apricot, which I've been using in the house, and I'm just going to go around the edge of that. It's a nice subtle, there, a nice subtle shape, just gives it a bit of tone. Could even put some red in there if you wanted to. But like I said, when we did the other colour wrong of the Santa's face in here, I want to keep the sketchy look of this book. So I don't want layer upon layer upon layer that covers that up. You might, you know, and that's fine. But I want to keep the art as it is, if that makes sense. So I don't want it covered up with layers of pencil. Alright, I need to be brave and go back to this sky. Now, I think I'm going to add some of the blue. So I'm going to go in with our bright blue, which is light blue. And I'm going to swish you round for a minute. And where those sketchy lines are, I'm going to put that blue in. Especially down here. Now it's the blue that we used in the snow, so it should sort of coincide with the fact that the sky's full of it. I'm ready to dump another load on them. I love snow. I like snow if you can be tucked up at home warm, and I like sitting and watching it settle. The light, when you wake up and it's been snowing overnight, the light, it looks like the garden looks like it's been lit up by floodlights. Back to the very pale blue. Okay, now here, around here, I might put some, let's put some cream around that moon. Just so it has a little bit of a glow. It is a gloomy night, I know, but put some cream down first round it. Then we can put a little bit of that, what did we say it was? Naples yellow, to bring that colour out a little bit more. Not too much because it is behind cloud. There. Okay, I think I'm quite happy with that, other than blending it and spending more time on, you know, each area. We could put a tiny bit of, what's this one? Ash grey, I think that'll work well. Which is very pale. We could put some ash grey in, instead of like the white that we do on the snow to blend. There we are. And then I might just be really brave and put that, the darkest of our blue, the blue jeans that I was using, put that in sparingly in a few places. Yeah. So really this video tonight was all about giving you a choice. What would you like to do? What would you prefer to do? And I hope I've done that. This is the kind of thing that I would do with you. Get you started so we could get through as many Christmas pages as possible. Give you the colours. Or if we could, you know, that's if we couldn't complete the page together. And I'd do that every other night, and would be a little bit longer than just doing a quick advent colour along. But I'm happy either way. You guys decide. Yeah, that's much better, isn't it? Needed a bit of colour in there. Blend that a little bit more. So that's how I'll do the sky. Now the moon does look quite effective like that actually. But I will put a little bit more yellow around that side. A little bit more coming out. There we are. That's a big cloud going over it, so that would be lighter than the other clouds. The plastic sheet keeps slipping. What do you think? So, what about a couple of little green baubles on the tree? Let's move over here. Right, so I've got pencils everywhere. I'm trying to find some decent green colours. Let's see. Oh, what about these two? So, olive, light olive. We use these, like I say, in the calendar. They've been left out. And moss green. And we'll do some of these teeny tiny baubles. Let's come in a bit more. There. There's another bauble here, look. So I'm going to put the moss green at the base. There. And then the light olive there. And they're going to look like apples. Does that add a little bit more variety? Maybe we need to add, so they're not so appley, let's add this really bright opaline green. I don't want them to look like apples. That's a bit better, that's a little bit more of the colour. Yeah. Okay, anything else? A star down here, stars. And there's stars. What about over here on the little tree? I don't want too many of these. I'm not impressed with my green. I don't want apples. Tiny though. So we'll have a couple of apples. There's one there. So I just use the malachite green then and the light. Then we've got baubles, and we used the red and we used orange and a bit of yellow, didn't we? Is there any more baubles? That might be one. One there. I think the rest of them are stars. They're so tiny. Right, orange. Fast orange, yeah, that's what we used, wasn't it? No, we didn't. We used yellow. Lemon yellow. Those little stars. Okay. Right, let me move everything to one side. Let's come out and have a look. See if I can get them side by side. Okay, so there's mine and there's theirs. And obviously they're not doing the whole sky. Obviously round here I'll just use the pale grey and blue and just blend that in, but that's how I'm going to do the sky and the rest of the snow. Need a little bit of snow up here, but that will be the same colours. A little bit of snow around the windows, on the window ledge. I could show you how I did that. I did the red and I did that one and I did that one. Let me bring you in and I'll show you how I did that one. If we move you over to it. So the windowsills, I used this vermilion and literally went at the edge. And then I took this one, which is a gorgeous colour, which is hazel. It's like an orangey brown. Chestnut, that's a Prisma colour, like a sort of chestnut. Like that, and then I go over the whole thing with the ochre, like that. How cool is that? So hopefully you'd be able to recreate that now by yourselves. I'd love to see your pictures. There's not much more I can show you really. Obviously the house I started off camera, but they're the only colours that I've used. I'm just going to do light around where the moon is. I might again deepen that up, but I think it looks quite effective because it is supposed to be cloud over it. Yeah, tell me what you think, guys. Please don't hesitate to let me know about the advent calendar. I won't be offended either way. I just want you guys to feel listened to and happy. So if you're happy to do more of this every other day, where we've got a Christmas page that we can do together, either finish the whole thing or I give you the colours and get you going, let me know. Like I say, I won't be offended either way. Alright my lovely people, I'll let you go for this evening. Take really good care of yourselves, and I'll either see you tomorrow, depending on the... yeah, that's a good point. The poll, if I leave it up till tomorrow evening when I get home from work, if it's still wanting to see colouring pages, then I won't do any more in the calendar. You'll see me on Tuesday for another colouring page. Alright, lovely people, thank you so much for all your support. It means the world to me. Take really good care of yourselves, and I'll see you either tomorrow or Tuesday. Night night.